I need a 30 for 30 to show that I'm different like Jordan and Pippen. I need a 30 for 30 like Jalen and Webber. Nobody gon' fuck on my click. I need a 30 for 30. All right, America, we see that Rudy Gobert, they call what the Stifle Tower, has won his third Defensive Player of the Year. That puts him up there in some fine company. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know in recent years or the past, 15, 20 years, we've seen guys like Ben Wallace win them amount. Mm-hmm. We've seen guys like I think Dwight Howard probably won somewhere like that amount, like, didn't he?
He won about 3. I think he won about 3.
You know what I'm saying? You start to get up there, you starting to get into some company. You know what I'm saying? But it got me thinking though, and I ain't taking nothing from Rudy because I've seen some great things from Rudy in his series over there. Shit, he giving them motherfuckers fits when they attacking that rim. You know what I'm saying? But that boy Ben Simmons, man, I was watching that Sixers and Hawks series, and then when they start putting Ben on Trey exclusively, and I'm seeing that boy trying to navigate around all them screens and do all that kind of stuff and doing a pretty damn good job of it. Mm-hmm. Because we know Trey shifted. And we see these last 2 ball games based on, when we taping it, shit, the Sixers have won. Of course, Joel is being dominant offensively. Joel is incredible offensively.
Yeah, he doing what he do.
You know what I'm saying? And, he a good defender as well. But that boy Ben showing me something. So I wanted to put my brother's coat on this, and I want to see what y'all say too, America. Do y'all think that Rudy actually deserved it? Or do y'all think a versatile guy like Ben Simmons should have won it instead? T, we'll start with you.
So I'm gonna do this for my boy Ray. I know you got down there who won the DPOY, or who should have won the DPOY. But is the DPOY stand for Draymond Player of the Year? It's just a question. You don't have an answer. I get it. I'm good with that.
He was in the voting. He was in the voting now.
He was in the voting. He say he the GOAT. Hey, you know how crazy that is for you to call yourself the GOAT defender when you play in an era with a guy who win 3 of them awards.
Let's just be real. 3 out of the last 4 years.
3 out of the last 4, and you got 1, but you say you better defend. Hey, that boy Dre.
Yes, I was just wondering if that really stood for a Draymond Player of the Year versus
maybe so. As Go Green, man, Go Green.
So here's what I'm gonna say. This is the only thing that gives me a point in which I kind of separate the two.
Okay,
I've seen Rudy impact the game. I haven't seen that from Ben, and I'm talking about this in terms of bright lights, big game, crucial situation, etc. I have not seen him impact the floor as much as I've seen Rudy Gobert. Now, all the statistics kind of lean towards Rudy Gobert. I like the fact that Ben feels like he's the best defender in the league, and maybe, just maybe, he'll decide to go get in the gym and be a better shooter. And then from there,
I think we should hang that one up, T.
When you're probably right, but I'm holding out the hope because today, I'm trying to be hopeful.
He got me on that one a couple years ago.
I agree.
He need to just develop him a jump hook and call it a day.
Look at him.
And he's got it. But my thing is, okay, so if you're not gonna be there, then you're calling like I need to see more. Like, okay, I get you disrupt, I get you really like pounce on Trae Young and you everywhere where he's at. I get all that. But I don't have enough impact to me. I don't see enough impact. I think what the problem is, and this is what I truly think when it comes to the whole defense player of the year and why Ben doesn't get it or didn't get it this year, is because Ben doesn't impact the other end of the floor. I think if Ben Simmons was, let's just say, warm Giannis-like, let's just say slick Giannis-like, where there wasn't this narrative around him where he can't shoot free throws, he can't shoot the three, he can't do this, he can't do that, he can't do this, then maybe they'll give more credence to him being defensive player of the year. Now, you would say, well, what about Draymond Green? Okay, here's what saves him. He plays next to probably one of the greatest offensive players ever. So they separate them two, narratively speaking. They separate them. So Draymond will get a nod before Ben will. And Ben is far more skilled than Draymond, in my opinion. So I'm just talking about it and just think about it. But to me, I think the thing is that a lot of narrative around Ben. Why do you think that in that last series with the Wizards, when I think that was the game that they lost, and Doc came to Ben's defense immediately when Ben was missing free throws, and they was asking, why didn't you pull Ben in that game? Why didn't you pull him? Why didn't you pull him? And he was like, because he does so many other things well. Mm-hmm. But what has been the knock on Ben Simmons? What is the thing that we've been talking about Ben Simmons since let's just say after year one, when he's finally started playing? When this man gonna develop a jump shot? What's he doing from the perimeter? Et cetera, et cetera. That's my thing. I think a lot of times this vote right here is strictly based on the narrative that is constructed. Rudy Gobert plays on the best team in the West, and that gets him the vote. I don't think Ben Simmons gets those votes because of the fact that the narrative around Ben Simmons is he don't do enough offensively. So how do we give credence to his defensive game when he don't do enough offensively? I'm just telling you. When they point to him offensively and they go, he is so deficient, it's ridiculous.
This is very provocative to you.
And I'm just being honest with you.
This is very provocative.
I'm being honest with you.
Right here.
Kendrick Perkins has raised me.
That's not something to be proud about, but okay.
Oh, God.
I'm trying to get views here.
No. Oh no, we don't do that here. We don't do that here.
No, I'm serious. I'm dead serious. No, I seriously think that.
You got my way. I'm thinking. I'm looking at some things. You got.
Because all these awards are capped. All these awards.
Okay. So
what you got?
Okay. So as T stated, all the numbers, defensive rating, defensive win shares, all of that points to Rudy Gobert. So honestly, for me, I think they just kind of looked at the statistics and said, "Hey, he has this, so he's the defensive player of the year." Mm-hmm. For me, I wish this would have been one of the years where they said, "You know how you get tired of picking the same player for the same award? This should have been a year that they said, you know what, we're tired of picking Rudy.
No disagreement.
Let's go with Ben."
No disagreement.
And the reason I would go with Ben is because, as you stated, watching him, he's changing that Hawk series. Because we saw Trae Young go for 35 in the first game. He guards 1 through 5. He goes from guarding Trae to when they play in the Bucks, he's the one guarding Giannis. Mm-hmm. Like, literally, he's that versatile. Not only that, now, T, when you start saying that he don't really affect the game on the other end, I disagree. And the reason I say this is because I'm looking at Gobert numbers, 14 points, 14 rebounds, 11 defensive rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 3 blocks. Impressive. Ben, 14 points, 8 rebounds, 6 defensive, 8 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. I say that he kind of affects the game on the other end as well, because, I mean, that's almost averaging a triple-double. Now, people may say, well, he only getting 6 defensive boards. Well, that's because he's most times guarding the best team perimeter player, because this is a guard league. So that's why I would have gave it to Ben. Being that this is a guard league, most of your best players are guards. That means Ben has the harder task than Gobert has, because to be honest, we don't have that many 7-footers in the NBA today anyway. And Gobert is 7'2". So he better have 3 blocks.
So his numbers are less than what they were last year. That's Ben's numbers.
Yes,
Offensively.
it is. But I would say they're taking a hit because he done took a step defense. As we know, if you expend that energy deep, we see Kawhi cannot guard the other team best player and still give you offensive numbers on a consistent night. When you really focus on defense, if you running around chasing Trae Young, be honest, I ain't expecting you to give me much on the offensive end.
But who focuses on? We talking just playoffs because we're not talking regular season because nobody focuses on defense in regular season, right?
Well, that's not true.
I would say these guys we talking about,
These guys do.
These two, I would say, yeah. A lot of these other guys, you definitely right about that. But
and if you think about
I
it,
remember watching
Ben has been trying to put himself in that limelight this whole year. He's been telling you.
If he just did a little bit more offensively, I think the narrative would change around.
Okay, let's look at that, T, because you really got my wheels turned on that. And made me go back and look at some of these other guys. Ben Wallace didn't really affect things offensively.
That was in an aged NBA.
Neither did Draymond.
He won what 4 of them things.
That was an aged NBA.
Draymond. Okay, Draymond.
Played next to. Who'd I tell you he played next to?
Ben got Embiid.
Ben plays next to arguably, I ain't gonna say arguably, because I don't believe this. But once Embiid is done, if he can somehow fix this damn injury shit, get himself some shape, he gonna go down as one of the best offensive weapons. Definitely as a center.
Let's say he could. Let's say he could.
He's incredible.
Let's say he could.
But right now he's incredible.
Okay.
Is he not?
He's incredibly gifted.
You been seeing that boy T?
He's incredibly gifted.
He gifted, you're right. But I'm just talking about in terms of what he be doing out there.
As you say about AD not drinking milk.
That's true.
Just like we said last week, that if Dame went to Philly, he would still be in the same situation, waiting on this same Robin to do.
Steph needed some titty milk too.
Agreed.
Steph be hurt.
I ain't disagreeing.
So we comparing. All I'm saying is,
with that.
Draymond offensive game is the same as Ben's offensive game. They bring the ball up, they pass it to guys who can make shots because they can't make shots, but they great defensively.
I think this is what I'm saying when I come to narrative. Ben Simmons was the number 1 pick in the draft.
He was.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of expectation is placed on him. Would you say?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. He's supposed to be the next LeBron.
Okay. And do you see next LeBron when you talk Ben Simmons?
Not offensively, no.
Okay.
Defensively, I see young LeBron.
That's why I'm at. That's why I'm at.
But now that's what he's saying. This is a defensive award, though.
That don't matter to these people these days. Well, I'm talking about the writers. I'm talking about the people that talk what they talk about.
Tell me this. How is Gobert affecting the game on the offensive end?
Because again, I'm saying to you, the writers that write in and vote on this guy, vote on this award, don't give a shit about what they just give it away. To me, the defensive player of the year, they give that award away. It's kind of like back in school when you had the guy that was like the best teammate, and they gave that award to whoever. They give this award away, in my opinion. There's no credence to the award. They just kind of pass that award to somebody. There's no real stake to it. Like when I think about the defensive player of the year, you go back, you think about Olajuwon, Jordan, Mutombo, Wallace. In all truth, those guys were effective in their own way. Like when you saw them, you went, that's an impact. They make an impact. Gobert does, but it's not as impactful as those guys back when we came up. So they just give that award away to me. That's kind of how I look at the award. They don't give a shit about that award these days. Defensive player of the year, they don't give a shit about that.
No. So you saying they cared about it in the past, but they don't care about it now?
Because that was the old NBA. That was the old ass NBA. That was the old ass NBA.
The number 1 seed, and he is the anchor of the defense.
I think they're ranked. I could be wrong, but I think they're ranked as a team and they either ranked 3rd or 4th.
They ain't hold nobody on 100 point.
Well, it ain't nobody doing it no more. You got
okay, exactly. But okay, agreed. I get it. Gobert is the anchor. I get all that. I'm just saying, I would have loved to see Ben win it.
Me too.
But, yeah, no, I agree with that.
No, listen to me now. I want to see Ben win that award. I really have wished that he had won that award. But they knock his ass because he don't do nothing offensively that moves the needle. Now you would say, well, what about Gobert? But the thing is, when Gobert is the guy that has already won it, it's kind of like, well, just go and give it to him anyway. Just go on and give it to him because he done won it the last 2 years. Just go and give it to him.
So, but that would mean it has nothing to do with
they don't like Ben Simmons. They don't like Ben Simmons. I'm gonna truthfully say that. The writers do not like Ben Simmons. They don't like him. They don't care for him.
That could be it.
When you see a guy like that they have lauded for so long, from high school, from college. Remember, I said to y'all when he came out of LSU, I said he's not a leader. I said that long time ago. When he come out of college, his first year, I said he is not a leader. I don't see what I need to see from him that's going to translate on the next level. I knocked him for that. I've been trying to figure out. Come on, man, we're talking about a freaking enigma here. We're talking about a guy that has all the skills. They comparing him to Magic, and we ain't seen this dude do nothing offensively that even just registers. It doesn't even register.
Yeah, my only pushback, I get what you're saying. My only pushback was the part about him not really affecting the offensive end. Because as we just stated, Embiid gets injured. And Embiid got injured this year. And what was the one thing that everybody say? They was like, at first, Embiid and Simmons, they can't play together. But for some reason, it seemed like when Embiid go out, Simmons' offense pick up, and the 76ers keep moving. Nothing changes.
Okay, so that may be true, but here's what I say. Here's my challenge. It's the same thing that they are knocking Giannis about right now. That the guy that we kind of laud and kind of disagree with and hate on here is Stephen A. He talked about Giannis Friday, and he talked about Giannis on Get Up, talking about how he doesn't do enough. If you've been all these years doing the same thing and you ain't gotten any better, what are you doing? When you speak on somebody like Kobe or Mike, etc., where, okay, look, the game is going in this direction and you ain't got no better in this facet of your game, what are you doing? I have to say the same thing about Ben Simmons. Why you ain't gotten at least, listen, we knocked Lonzo Ball for having the elbow out here. But we could say this season, Lonzo has improved.
We talking defense, T.
But again, though, I'm telling you, these dumbass writers tie all this stuff together. They don't
Rudy
separate
Gobert
the
don't
two.
do nothing but stay in the dunker spot. He ain't got no. He didn't want. That's all he
I have said he has gotten better offensively,
but he has
to me.
He
what they're asking him to do in Utah.
I'm watching him.
He has.
I've been watching the games.
I'm not telling you haven't. I'm just telling you he has gotten better offensively. That's what I'm saying. Ben hasn't.
Tell me
Ben
how.
hasn't.
Tell me
Rudy
how.
Gobert is not.
Ben hasn't.
So Rudy Gobert cannot get. He cannot get a bucket on the block.
He gets the ball.
He gets the ball. Defender.
He doesn't get it off. He doesn't necessarily get off the dunk like he used to 2 or 3 years ago. He's gotten a little bit more better in terms of the facets of his game where he puts the ball on the floor and can finish. Ben
Simmons can do that same thing. He can do Rudy Gobert's job.
Can he shoot free throws? Because he can't shoot them better than Gobert.
Nah, okay. I'll give you that. But Gobert can't run point either.
Oh, come on now. Now we're going to do that? Gobert's a different player.
Exactly. We talking defense, though, but you brought in the offensive piece.
But I'm just telling
Rudy Gobert's
telling you. And I go back. Go ahead.
An offensive player other than
I'm going back.
Pick and roll.
I'm going back to what I'm saying. Gobert is a traditional center. When I look at Gobert, he's a traditional center.
Okay.
There is nothing about him.
You brought up in the past. You brought up the guys of the past. The names you brought in the past, traditional centers. They would throw the ball to Elijah One on the block, and he gonna go get a bucket. I'm looking at guys that won the defense player of the year. David Robinson. Ben Wallace, that hurts your narrative. That's what I'm saying.
Ben Wallace, you just throw that to the block, and Ben Wallace
he don't do nothing on the offensive end.
He didn't do nothing offensively other than
and again, I
I
said too, in the aged NBA.
Okay,
in the aged NBA.
Okay, in the last 10 years, Joakim Noah, who couldn't do nothing on the block, got a defensive player of the year. All he did was assist the ball, really, and had terrible jump shot that spun like that. He got a defensive player of the year. And Draymond.
You know what it boiled down to. You know what I'm saying boils down to? It's the Kardashians.
I had to go and pull up. I had to go and pull up the stats.
I mean, you can pull all that up. Ben, and I'm not disagreeing with you.
Ben last year,
I'm just telling you,
scored 16 points per game. This year is 14.
How many shots he pull up? How many shots?
This year is 14.
Mm-hmm.
Rudy Gobert scored 15 last year. He scored 14 this year.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm looking at the numbers dip. I'm looking at Rudy Gobert. I'm not going to count his first 3 years because he wasn't even double digits. But his last 5 years, points per game was 14, 13, 15, 15, 14. So that, like, again, that's my only thing. When you say affecting the offensive end, I see somebody that's averaging double figures offensively and giving you 8 assists on the offensive end.
So let me tie it all back to what I'm saying. Let me tie it all back to what I'm saying. When Ben Simmons came out, everybody told me he was Magic. That's what they told me. Everybody told me he was Magic.
Okay.
And Gobert only 63% from the free throw line too.
I'm just telling you, everybody told me he was Magic. I'm telling you, they don't give a shit about this award.
Neither one.
I want Ben to win it. If Ben was arguably as effective in a lot of people's mind, he's talented. But in a lot of people's mind, I don't think they give him the same credence they give Embiid. So if Ben was effective nightly, where you said, okay, Embiid left the flow, and people really respected what Ben does offensively, all facets, shooting the damn ball from the free throw line, like when you need him in the fourth quarter, he can close it out, he can ice the game, whatever. If you had all that from Ben Simmons, there'd be no question he'd be defensive player of the year. I'm telling you, this is what I hear from these people on TV.
I say Rudy Gobert had the better stats defensively.
I'm just telling you.
That's why they gave it to him. Because I just saw the free throw percentage too. Rudy Gobert 63, Ben Simmons 61.
In all honesty, I don't give a shit about the award. You know why? Because don't nobody play no damn defense. That's how I feel about it. I don't give a shit about the award.
Majority, no. But
I gotta give you guys that credit. And I gotta say probably Ben he really was politicking for the award. He really wanted it. Part of it might be because he knows he's limited with that shot. So he like, I'm gonna affect this game in some other way.
Another way.
And I can respect that. And Embiid was politicking for it as well.
The MVP?
It wasn't even for the defensive player of the year. He was putting his name out there too. And wasn't even
why they want that award though?
Because that says something. That means you're a two-way guy. That means you one of them ones.
Let's just be honest. Do we not use that?
I like somebody who wants that.
Do we not use that to determine the GOAT talk? When we say, hey, this guy was the MVP and the defensive player of the year, like we use that separates you from people. I mean, your boy was politicking for the award, T. Bam Adebayo. He was politicking for it.
Me and Bam just went fishing. I talked to him about that. That's some bullshit. Go ahead.
Well, America, this one actually was more interesting than I thought it was going to be. My boy Tim G. Jacob been very provocative. Y'all tell us what y'all think. Tell us who y'all think should have won it, okay? But also tell us, do y'all think Ben's lack of a jump shot or his lack of living up to his gaudy expectations have contributed to him not winning the award? Now, he was second. We act like the motherfucker wasn't even in the running. If I'm not mistaken, he was second.
He was two.
Tell us if y'all think that contributed to him not winning. To put it on something.
My kids wanted me to tell y'all to make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me across all social media platforms, like the videos, and share them. Did I forget anything?
And turn on the post notifications.
Y'all heard them. And also, visit Statement Tees, LLC.com and shop with us. That's Statement Tees. Every t-shirt you wear
Makes a statement.